There is an epic champion that is definitely worth watching out for because she is insanely valuable in one of the most annoying parts of the game, which is the hardest level of clearing Bommel in the hard Doom Tower. You're going to want this champion at your disposal. So I'm going to go over why this champion is so good for this area. I'm going to showcase how I was able to utilize her, dominating Bommel very easily, and then some of the stats and the masteries and the stuff you're going to want to keep in mind as you're building her to be useful against Bommel. Let's get into it. Okay, so based on polling that I've done here on the channel and just talking with people in the community, Bommel on a 90 hard, or just Bommel in general, is one of the most annoying boss fights in Raid Shadow Legends for people to prepare for. And even people who have very endgame high spending accounts can struggle to build teams that perform consistently on Bommel. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't even care if I can speed farm it. I just want to get through the content and be able to clear it so I can move on in the Doom Tower. And if that's the case, you can literally just use Lady Annabelle right here to solo down the boss, as you can see in the clip that I've got playing next to me here. It's not going to be a speed run, it's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be honest work and it's going to get it done. So let's dive into our champion roster and let's talk about why she works so well with getting this part of the content done. Let's go ahead and sort right here, and then let's add the tag right here so that we're down to one champion. So you can see the Lady Annabelle that I've got built for taking down Bommel with the regeneration set and just the mass tanky toughness, because all I need her to do is survive long enough to be able to take down the boss and whittle him away slowly, because Bommel isn't going to be healing himself or anything. We can just take an 8, 10, 12-minute fight and be able to clear the content no problem, as long as we can live long enough. And the super interesting part of Lady Annabelle's kit that enables this to be possible is going to be this passive right here, the Red Lady, where we're going to heal this champion by 50% max HP whenever an ally or enemy dies. And in the Bommel fight, those little bombs right there that are next to Bommel, they count as an enemy dying. So when those bombs blow up, boom, 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 you just saw it right there. Lady Annabelle was getting that massive heal that you saw of like 50 something thousand. Yeah, she's got 100,000 HP right here, plus an aura or whatever other things that are going to help her out. She gets like a 50,000 heal every time one of those bombs blow up, and it can be a massive source of sustain for her. And then if you notice, for my setup here against the boss with Lady Annabelle and her custom AI, I literally turn off her A2 and her A3. I'm just spamming the default ability and sustaining and whittling down the boss slowly. So you don't even need books in order to make this possible, because we're not even using anything with a cooldown. We're just sustaining and using our default ability to slowly destroy the boss. So let's go over the actual stats required to make this happen, and it's pretty good timing. You can see right here we're about to finish a run, and there we go. We got Bommel down pretty much with a solo Lady Annabelle right here, as long as we can hit these different stat thresholds that I'm going to show you right now. Now, my Lady Annabelle was never even remotely close to dying. As you saw there, I was playing on the hardest possible stage of Bommel. So you can see that I'm at 100,000 HP. If you get anywhere around like 80, 85,000, you should be good to go and be able to at least have a good RNG run and take it down. 2,500 to 3K defense, and then somewhere around like 220, 225 speed. Should be ready to rock and do plenty good enough there to build enough tankiness, as long as you get the regeneration set here is going to help you sustain even more. And if you can tie in Immortal as well, even better. As you can see here with my gear choices, we've got the two different set bonuses of regeneration and Immortal. We're literally just going for sustain and then trying to get as many War Master procs as we can right here in our masteries, because that's going to be the main source of our damage. Let me go ahead and put this stuff away here again real quick. If I put this away, you can see the masteries right here. We've got War Master down here, kind of like the standard like solo build right here. And you've also got a lot of dead allies, so Spirit Haste can help you pop off with a little bit more of those War Masters as well. I don't even have a blessing or anything on her, and I'm able to just kind of hit these stat thresholds and take Bommel down. So if you're an early game, mid game, or even possibly an early end game raid account that isn't able to deal with the hardest versions of Bommel yet on your account, Lady Annabelle is definitely someone you're going to want to add to your watch list, because she's going to be a great option to have at your disposal to throw in some gear like this and be able to clear the Doom Tower. And you don't even need to leave her built permanently. Take some of your best regeneration gear, your best immortal gear, your best accessories, and just throw it on her to get through the content. And then after you beat Bomo, if you don't want to farm the set pieces available from farming Bomo and you can't farm it fast enough, that's totally fine. Just clear the content, and then you can strip the gear off of her and then proceed in the Doom Tower as normal. But a build like this can help you at least get over that hurdle and be able to get through Bommel if you have Lady Annabelle and good enough gear to hit those stats like 80,000 plus HP and 2,500 plus defense with regeneration and immortal. And we don't need to worry about anything else like crit rate, crit damage, resistance, accuracy, or any of that stuff down there on the bottom. We are just stacking the HP, the defense, and the speed, and trying to slowly chip away with our default ability and those War Master procs from the masteries. Then as far as the other champions that you're going to be putting into the team when you're heading out to farm, you can remember I talked earlier about the HP aura. White King here has this nice HP in all battles by 33%, which obviously synergizes with that Lady Annabelle passive and the build that we're going with her. So you can bring anybody with a solid HP aura or whatever's going to help you kind of synergize and hit those stat thresholds. And then you're just trying to deal with the waves. Marichka's kind of fun because she's going to revive your allies, and then when they die, you're going to get more healing on the Annabelle, but you don't need to bring cracked out legendaries like this. You're just bringing whatever is going to be best to help you with an aura and get through the waves, and then they're going to die and leave Lady Annabelle to solo the boss like you see right there in the clip. And I can dive in and kind of show you what it looks like as we're just at least getting the run and set up. I won't show you the whole 10 minutes or whatever, but the waves are pretty self-explanatory. Just bring whatever you can. You can see there I've got the Canderfon doing the AoE nukes and just blasting through the waves for me. And then as long as we get to the boss with our Lady Annabelle turning off the A2 and the A3, and we let all of the other allies around us die, we've got all the bonuses we want to hit, like getting the extra speed and stuff like that from the Spirit Haste Mastery. And then we just want to slowly hit it with our default ability and get enough War Master procs to eventually take it down. And then any other bonus damage we get from the other allies on our team before they die is obviously welcome as well. And you can kind of slowly min-max that if you would like to really get in there and save 30, 40 seconds, all that to make it even faster. But here we go. We're about to get to the boss, and then this is what it's going to look like when we pull up Bommel. We're going to slowly kind of lose our allies as they die. We're going to get a little bit of passive damage from everybody else, and they're not going to be able to have that like crazy passive that heals Lady Annabelle to sustain like she can when they blow up. She's going to get a massive heal. You'll see right here there's going to be a bunch of green numbers that pop up, and those bombs explode coming up right here. They're about to take a turn and explode, and then watch for those green numbers. Let me put it on ×1. ×1 for when those bombs blow up, and then look for all the green numbers here on Lady Annabelle. Right there, boom, 56,000, 56,000. That was like 112,000 healing coming onto the Lady Annabelle from that passive ability that heals her based on an ally or an enemy death. So we're also getting healed every time our allies die, but that's not as reliable as those little bombs next to Bommel that are going to be constantly healing every time they blow up. There we go. And you can see they're about to take a turn. I'll put this on ×1. These bombs are about to go off. And then watch, boom, boom. Look at the massive healing, all those green numbers happening. That's going to be perfectly keeping her topped up at full HP. And then from here, it's just go grab something to eat, take a shower, do whatever, go AFK for a little bit, come back in 10, 12 minutes. And as long as you hit these stat thresholds, a Bommel will be cleared. So yeah, just a quick build and spotlight here on a champion that may help you get through some very difficult content in the game that's relevant to the current Doom Tower going on right here. And I've even used it on my account before to get through Bommel and be able to proceed towards the end of the Doom Tower that's going on with this rotation. So I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content, and I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks. Peace.